Elana Horwich is in the house to talk about meal and a spiel. She's kind of like the Julia Roberts meets Dalai Lama meets Amy Schumer. You know what I'm saying?
How are you? Julia Child.
Julia Child. Julia Roberts?
I'll take Julia Roberts.
You do have a little resemblance.
Julia
Yes,
Roberts.
absolutely.
I'll take it.
I like that. I think you're more like Julia Roberts.
Well, that's very, very kind.
Both are glamorous and beautiful. Absolutely.
Look at this gorgeous book. You know what I love about this so much is I'm fanatic. Like, I won't put a book that doesn't go with the whole decor in the kitchen. So this is so gorgeous. It's going to stay right on the counter, right?
Thank you so much. You know, I wanted it to have like a tactile experience. I want people to have a tactile experience because that's what cooking is. It's like it incorporates all of your senses, and that starts with your hands. And I also wanted it to feel like it was, I used to be a history teacher. I wanted it to feel like you were pulling out this book from like a medieval library that hadn't been touched in like 1,000 years, and you open it up and it has all of these secrets and spells and ways to recipes for, you know, the kitchen.
Well, you can put it in
and
between your jeans too, right? It kind of fits, right? It slides right in the
There
DMs.
was a reason for the denim.
There is a reason for the denim because, first of all badasses, because this teaches you to be how to be a badass in the kitchen. All badasses know how to rock a pair of jeans. That is full
There it is.
certain.
Yes.
And glitter from the inside out. The Texas,
Glow from the inside out.
beautiful gold. So you've lived such an adventurous life. You're on a book tour. It takes you to Italy. Take us back there.
Well, I lived in Italy for about 5 years in my 20s. It wasn't something I said, oh, you know, wake up, I'm going to live in Italy. Like, it hadn't even occurred to me, but I had an epiphany when I was in college that I was going to need to write about life and love, and that I needed to learn more about life. I mean, I wasn't going to learn it from the academia that I was doing at the time, that I wanted to go off the road. I literally thought I was going to Latin America, but the universe conspired, and I write about this in my story, and dropped me off in Italy. Like, what a beautiful place to begin your adventure of learning about life and love. And what I discovered in Italy were a lot of the sort of questions about humanity that I was looking for, and that so much about human connection in Italy happens around the table and in the kitchen. And
See, I think I'm thinking of Julia Roberts from that movie. Sounds like you had a very similar journey of her adventure.
Eat, Pray, Love.
Yes.
People have often likened
Right?
me to the Elizabeth Gilbert book, because when I read Elizabeth Gilbert's book, Eat, Pray, Love, twice, it did really resonate for me, because I do see life as a journey. I see life as an adventure, and as you guys were talking about, like, it's you every day. You're re-carving out that path, you know, and sometimes you have to be willing to, like, even walk through the darkness.
So, you know, before the universe, I should say, conspired to take you to Italy.
Yeah.
Tell us about where you were at and what you were looking for. You know, you say you were looking to write about lessons from life and love. What were you lacking, and what were you in search of?
Well, I was in college. I was at Brown University in Rhode Island, and I sort of was raised in this very overachieving Jewish family that, like, you know, you go and you get a degree, and then you just choose your career right after that. And I was a math-oriented kid and high school student, but I really wanted to learn about humanity. And I think there was just what I was looking for. I mean, I just wanted to learn outside of the books. Like, I had already mastered, like, reading the books and writing the essay and, like, get my grade, but I wanted to learn something deeper.
Yeah, something non-conceptual.
Right? Well, that's a good
experiential.
point. I like that.
Existential.
Experiential.
Yeah. So what have you learned? What have you learned? What do you feel it's true for you? What do you feel most committed to? What did you learn in Italy?
Well, I learned in Italy that there is a profound appreciation for the senses and that which pleases the senses, and that is not a superficial thing. And that happens so much, like I said, around the table, but in that there is a great acceptance for human beings. Like, people aren't judged based on what they do for a living or how much money they make, particularly in Los Angeles. I'm a native, so I can say that. You know, there's a lot of acceptance for who someone is based on what their life experience is, and a lot of listening to people's wisdom based on what they have to say, based on their unique life, not based on who they are. And that is beautiful. And I've spent tons of time around tables in Italy with people that maybe are, you know, have jobs or different walks of life that I would not have been exposed to had I, you know, stayed in the sort of,
Yeah, well, Brown is a very elite. I mean, it's a beautiful,
Ivy.
beautiful Ivy League school, and I would imagine it was good to break out of that box for a minute and just experience.
Yeah, I mean,
beautiful
well, I
culture
do
there.
have to give credit to Brown that it has a very creative student body, and it obviously has a very
Gorgeous school, yeah.
diverse student body. But yeah, when we're all there, no matter how you get there, it's a very it's a privilege.
Privileged school,
It's
yeah.
a huge privilege. So I mean, I worked in bars in Italy. Like I worked late nights in bars for like a raging alcoholic boss. Like that was fun.
Really living.
This is life. That's a lot. Yeah.
So what can people expect by your book here?
They can expect to be entertained, empowered to become intuitive cooks, which means they will not need to be married to the recipes. They will be liberated from the recipes.
Never would work from your recipe. Not going to happen. If I got to like throw it all together and whatever's fresh, so good.
Yeah, so I use humor and wisdom to teach this intuitive cooking. So yeah, may I
Yes.
go here? This is like a chapter. Okay, so this is pasta that's better than a restaurant.
Oh, wow.
This is, and this is how they whip up pasta every night of the week in Italy. It takes 15 to 20 minutes. It's super easy, and this is how my career even started because I showed a friend of mine how to do it, and she was like, called me the next day with her mom. They're like, we want you to teach us to cook. So this is not just recipes. This takes you through the process of the garlic, olive oil, and red pepper flakes, which is the base to all Italian meat sauces. I'm just going to show you a couple pictures just to
Please.
like. Look at this is
wow.
bucatini con botarga. Okay,
that too.
every chapter goes from the easiest to the hardest, like of each chapter. So bucatini con botarga, which probably costs $40 in any like top-end Italian restaurant in Los Angeles, this is the second easiest
Wow.
recipe
Really?
in this chapter. This is very easy. You just have to get your hands on botarga.
I love that you're committed to great food, like minimal effort.
Oh,
Yes.
That's okay. Thank
True.
you for bringing that up because that is my thing. Like, I am not a celebrity chef. I am a cooking teacher, and I am also lazy. So I figured out the absolute easiest.
Says the Brown graduate with a book. But yes.
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 I'm passion driven, but
So
I'm not
lazy.
someone who's like disciplined to do good on everything. Like there's a whole
Totally.
page on here that says I don't even know what a peeler. Like I don't own a peeler. I'm not going to peel stuff.
Right.
You know. So I have figured out the way to make the absolute best food possible with the least amount of effort. And I didn't even invent that concept. That is what the Italians do. They don't
love
like. They
that.
walk in the house, they whip it up, and it's fantastic because they're using great ingredients. So oh my God, look at this. This is like, oh, my favorite. This might be my favorite food ever. But okay, let's just be honest for a second because we are in Los Angeles and we do want to eat all this stuff, but we do also like health and
discriminate
consciousness.
against carbs heavily here.
We
in
do,
LA.
we do, and I think that's okay. Like carbs are okay when it's worth it, but when it's not worth it, we don't need to eat them all the time.
Sure.
Very true.
So that's why I did this chapter called "I Can't Believe It's Not Pasta," and here I have some like recipes with zucchini linguine, but with a proper pesto genovese. Here we go.
Wow.
So this is like
Sign me up
tastes
for
like
that.
real Italy.
Good.
Of course, the noodles. Look at this. This is a sweet potato pasta alla arrabbiata. So I say that like the culture that I was raised in, when Jewish women were angry at their husbands, they nag or they scream. The Italians try to poison them with spicy peppers. And that paired with the sweet potatoes are like really taste almost like sweet potato French fries and ketchup. And then this is
Spaghetti squash.
Yeah.
primavera,
Oh, wow.
fantastic.
If you've been to Craig's, this has got nothing on it.
Oh yeah, no. People say that mine is better than Craig's.
Wow.
Sorry, Craig's. I'm just saying. Okay, and then this is my favorite recipe in the book. This is the recipe. This is it. This
Wow.
is my no noodle lasagna. So we're using a proper Italian meat sauce. It's a no pork meat sauce because I'm a Jewish girl, but we use nutmeg. That's what gives it the really good flavor of a
yum.
nutmeg. And it's layered with grilled eggplant and then mascarpone
making
instead
me
of a bechamel.
I know.
So it's totally gluten-free. It's like you can literally eat half this pan and walk up and be like, I don't feel heavy.
Yeah.
I feel fantastic.
Wow.
So
Oh, I love this.
Thank you for creating this, for sharing with us, for building this community, not only here in Los Angeles, but across the world with Elana Spiel.
thank you.
Tell everyone where they can find and follow you
Oh.
and pick up this book.
You can find me at mealandashspiel.com. You can find me at mealandashspiel on Instagram, and you can get this book on Amazon.com.
Fantastic.
Perfect gift for the
Nice.
holiday season.
Such a good gift.
You got a book tour coming.
And I have a book tour coming. I'm doing some rounds in Los Angeles, on my way to San Francisco, New York, Miami, back to San Francisco, then back to LA, then back to New York.
That's the way the book tour works.
Anywhere else
She's
you want me.
lazy.
Yes. Only in the kitchen.
I'll be sleeping
right.
on the plane. I'll be sleeping on the plane.
Thank you,
Thank you
again
so much.
So appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Be right
Thank
back.
you.